All right. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. Let me check. Coffee and Resales. Let me check. Oh, that was quick. All right. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name is Ryan. I get stuff from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, and some similar places. Try to make a few extra bucks online. This morning had a handful of sales, a reasonable sales weekend. 6 sales this weekend. Last week was really good. I need to figure out how to like share pics or something. To on a big bundle of stuff. Probably are sales up? Let me see something. Sales have been trending decently. Let me put it that way. I don't have. Last week I had sales every day last week, and out of the last 31 days, I think there were, it looks like 2 days I didn't sell something. So, which is good for me. I average about 2 sales a day with what I have. It's ticking toward 3. It feels over the last couple of weeks. So it's are we up or down? Sales are down in the last 31 days, but that's because I had some really good hits last month. And that skewed my numbers a little bit, but last 7 days have been pretty good. So, somebody's got a question. Be a message. Oh, somebody. Oh no, they didn't want to do it. Okay, oh no, that already got sold. Okay, no, I was just checking some messages. Anyway, let's get to sales. Like I said, 6 sales. Gross sales, $144, which means I'll put 80 in my pocket, give or take, out of this batch. So start at the beginning. These have been real good sellers for me, but I got them, I think, stupid cheap, and I don't think I can make money at the price they're selling at the. Are these little dragonfly hair clips? And I've been selling pairs of these for about $9 shipped. I may have gotten them for $1 or $2 shipped, and it's a Temu flip. And I was getting them cheap enough that I'm making a buck or two a pair after shipping and everything. So nothing to complain about there. But I think that's the last of them on those. So let me make double sure that I don't have a Poshmark sale. I don't think I do. All right. I do not. Okay. Double checking that because I got a bunch of stuff on Poshmark right now. And let's see. Okay, next up, the jeans. I've been selling a bunch of jeans lately. These are from a friend who had somebody grandson ghoster, and I got a bunch of their stuff. And her husband was deceased a couple of years ago, and she was probably ready to get rid of some of her stuff. So these are some interesting pair of jeans. These sold for $20, so not a huge, no, $15. So not a huge deal, but when you get them for next to nothing, these are flannel-lined redhead jeans. So I've got one other pair, and you can actually get them. They also have fleece line that sell even better than these, but $15 out the door. I'll make a few bucks on this after shipping. Thankfully, this is one of those situations where Ground Advantage has done great for things like this, because it's not priority mail shipping with almost even like $15 wouldn't, like I said, unless you're getting them free, you're almost making no money on eBay. Ground Advantage changed that game, and so it's been really good. All right, next up, hymnals. Sold a hymnal. This is the new National Baptist hymnal. I've been sitting on this a little while too. This went for $17. Go to my videos and you'll see that I actually have a guide on how to sell hymnals. It's not like super awesome, but it's a little bit informative. 10 minutes of your time. If you're like me, you grab books at yard sales and Goodwills and that sort of thing. Helps you realize see what hymnals you need to get. So, and this is one that sold between 10 and $20 consistently. I think there may be even like super clean versions of this go for over 20. So that's that one. And this was a fun find. Paleontology and Illustrated History. This went for $19. Um, and yeah, this kind of looks like one of those front of the store books you get at Barnes and Noble. It actually may have been. But I don't know that it was. And this went and there probably is a similar book like that you can get for at the front of Barnes and Noble for 10 to $15. But this one went for 19. I'm wondering if there's a limited print run on this one and it's kind of comprehensive, but this does sell really well in that range. Okay. Finally, for the two things you're probably here about, this old tractor. This was a fun find. I was surprised that it took this long to sell. This is a vintage Childcraft Equipment Company wooden bulldozer tractor, and this thing is so neat. It's sturdy. It's wood. It's clean. It rolls well, and it went for about $25. I've got another piece. I've got a Jeep up there that I am still surprised by, like the same group. I'm still surprised hasn't sold even to like a Jeep collector, a Jeep toy collector of some sort or something like that. I'm still surprised that thing hasn't moved yet. But this is a fun find. So, and sometimes you just don't know. I would when I saw these, I got crazy because there's not many of this brand and stuff like this on there's some similar companies making, I guess, similar stuff, but like there was none from this company on eBay, and I was a little surprised it took this long. It's been almost a year, and it sold for that level of stuff. I think I saw them at $99 a piece and got like hardly any hits, and they eventually went. Finally, bag. These are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, various of like their buddies figures from the 1990s. 13 early 90s, late 80s Ninja Turtles figures went for $50 for this bag. Not a lot of accessories in here. I did pull those and do those separately. Most of them in pretty good shape. This is kind of a heroes. These are the good guys bag. That's kind of how I separated them out from that. I got a big lot of Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters action figures a couple months ago. Been really good sellers when you pulled out the expensive ones and you lot up the rest at somewhere between $3 and $5 a piece is where you start them. Sometimes depending on condition and age. Some of the first series sell a lot better, but this is some of the later stuff, and there wasn't any of the real rare ones in here. So these went for about $50. So good sales. Now I got you on the line. We're gonna look something up. I had a really neat find. A couple really neat finds this weekend. I don't think they're worth the time. First off, I Survived books. Lot them up and has been selling a bunch of these lately on Facebook Marketplace groups. So, been doing real well with those lately. And I grabbed these, just to see. This is the Witchcraft Hysteria of 1692 pamphlets. And I snagged these. I didn't even look them up. And we're gonna do a quick surprise live lookup on these things and see if they're worth. I don't know that they are. I'm guessing $10 for the pair, but we're gonna find out if I hit Hysteria of 1692. We'll see what that comes up with. Let's see. Completed. All right. It looks like I think I could sell the pair of these for about 10 to 15 bucks. I think these would come across. I might actually look through these a little bit. But this is kind of a very interesting publication. So I'm going to go with that. And then I wish I could find the brand on this thing. I don't know. This is worth more than a couple bucks, but it was neat and I grabbed it. I'm pretty sure this is a vintage half track, probably from the 50s to 60s, considering kind of the type of plastic it is. And there's not like the little army guys. There's not a lot of those that make half track toys. And I don't see a Marks symbol. Oh, no, or a maker's mark on here that I can tell. But that doesn't mean it's not. It's a real similar company. So we're going to do a quick look up on. I'm going to do a Marks half track and then see what comes up. Marks was one of those companies that made army guys, and that stuff still kind of sells sometimes. Marks half track. All right. This is the almost, if it's not that mold, then it's real close to some that are popping up. I don't think this is Marks. The Marks stuff has a little more detail to it. I think this is a little bit of a later make. It's not the desert tan. Looks like the ones that are desert. They're like the North Africa campaign type, or go for a little bit more. They're more of a tan color. But this may be Marks. Marks Battleground. I wonder if it's not. If it's not part of that set, it's real similar. But it doesn't look like it sells by itself. This is one of those things. I'll bring it out to the flea market and see if I can't get maybe $2 for it. It was 50 cents. It was worth the snag and it was worth the show, y'all. So we'll see how it goes there. But vintage army guy stuff does well wadded up. If you come across a little bit of it, I've sold it before. I've come across the old army guys. One of the big tells, it's a softer plastic than your modern army guys. They're a little bigger than I think what you might see at the store. It is, just get familiar with the size of them. Some of the stances are different, and they will be holding M1s instead of M16s or M5s. So that's the biggest way to get a good first glance. If you come across a bundle of them. Some of this, they have some real unique stuff that I don't think gets produced anymore. Like I think one of the more famous is you have two soldiers carrying an injured soldier on a cot, and to carry him out of the battle. Those are one of those. So, and finally, the fun find here is this little bad boy. It is I don't know the maker on here. I think these are called shifters. I think, but I don't remember who made them. Oh, that's a Matchbox symbol. Okay. Matchbox 1984 trick wheels. Well, I need to zoom in on this. Oh, by the way, another handy tip. If you're somewhere and your eyes are bad or you need a magnifying glass, go to your camera and just zoom in. And it's better than just about anything else you can get. So 1984 trick shifters. I think that's what it says. We're going to go 1984 box. Let's see what that comes up with. That's it. 1984 Matchbox trick shifters. And let's scroll down here. Okay, the red version of this sold for $11. Let's see what. It's either a good sign. Okay, there's some up for sale for. There's one for $8. This isn't a real super fun, but it's also a real fun find though. This I'll probably bring out to the flea market and see if I can't get a buck or two for, because the eBay sale really isn't going to do it unless I can get to work, which I don't know how to do that. So we may figure that out, and if I get it to work, I may put it on eBay for $10. But I think this is going to be a $2 sale at the flea market. But that is a Matchbox trick shifter. So I'm always on the lookout for old Matchbox cars. There's actually a handful I keep. I'm not like a super collector of these or anything, but some of the 80s stuff I'll grab and hang on to because they're so stupid cool sometimes. So anyway, and this is the type of thing that will lot up real well. If you had like the full collection or 4 or 5 of these, that's a $23 sale. But there was only one, so that's what it is. So y'all have a good day. Get some stuff sold. Hope you make some money for Christmas. And I will catch y'all next time. Oh, like, comment, subscribe. Please. Please. Chat. I have chat. Nobody chat. Okay. Y'all be good.